My industry of choice is the gospel, urban, or hip hop realm. My name is Daquan Major, MLR student, Full Sail University. Some of the factors that might affect the growth of my industry are, with the advent of these online websites that are gaining popularity and momentum, um, like Z180radio.com, the South.com, Rapzilla.com. Some of the other innovations that are played into is that now the gospel rap or urban industry or genre of music has now, caught up, as far as production and engineering and quality of beats and music with the secular side, and you also now have the music machine behind pushing these artists to areas and platforms where your more secular counterparts used to just have dominance. But now you're seeing artists like The Truth, Lecrae, Trip Lee Tadashi, Kurt Franklin, DJ Haddon. These urban artists are now infiltrating, the more mainstream realm of music. Um, are there consumer trends impacting? Yes, they are consumer trends that are impacting. If you look at iTunes, Lecrae's Gravity album was the #1 digital download for hip hop music, period. Not just Christian or urban, but hip hop, period. That's including your Young Jeezys, your Little Waynes, and everybody else that was out there, dropping music at the same time. Gravity was the #1 on the billboards, and not #1 on billboards, but #1 on iTunes as far as downloads is concerned. Um, as far as the competitive environment is concerned, in the gospel industry, we don't really see ourselves as competing with one another. We see ourselves as competing for souls. That's why we project Christ through the music. Now, when you want to look at it in that vein, you can look at the music industry as 100%. Well, broken down, 15% of that is Christian itself, and that's all of the genres included in the Christian uh, brand of music. And then the other 85% is the secular brand and all of the genres included in that secular brand. Well, now what you're seeing is that we're not just limited to that 15% that listen to just Christian music. We're now crossing over to into mainstream where your more secular artists and secular versions of the genres exist, and we're garnering some of that consumer support. Like I said, I just used Lecrae for an example because he's the most prominent gospel rapper out there right now. Um, he's been on very publicized events like the BET Hip Hop Awards. He's also been on 106 and Park, which is a mainstream plug for the urban industry. All anybody that's everybody that's listening to gospel rap music is listening to looking at 106 and Park on BET. So when it comes to the gospel rap industry or urban industry, we're on the rise. We're on the come up. So it behooves you to invest and plug into that because there's very exciting things on the horizon.